Damn by Kendrick Lamar. Released in 2017, this is one of the albums I consider the big three of Kendrick. When you think of Kendrick Lamar, you think of Good Kid, Bad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, and Damn. And I'd add Mr. Morale to that list. So there's this is one of his three biggest albums. And it has songs like Humble, which is one of the biggest rap songs ever on Spotify. It has like 1.7 billion streams, it's a lot. That's a lot. That's a big number if you ask me. Now, my expectations for this album before I listened to it for the first time were through the roof. You know, To Pimp a Butterfly is probably my favorite rap album ever and one of my favorite albums ever. And then Untitled Unmastered was also really good. It was very surprising. So I was like, this is going to be amazing. This is probably going to be his best album. But I wasn't really convinced on that. Now, I did like it. I will say that. I liked it a lot. It's a great album, I will say. But I think I just had very high expectations. And to me, it seemed... I don't really know what the correct word, so I'm just going to say basic. Even though I don't think it's basic. I think compared to Pimp a Butterfly, Good Kid, Mad City, this album is very commercial and basic. A lot of people said that this was his like cash grab album or something. Mainstream, I don't really know the word. I'm kind of blanking right now, but you all know what I mean. This is kind of when he like sold out, people say. I don't think that, but I understand how this can be constructed as very like basic rap and kind of radio music. But besides all that, I still think this album is great. While it's not my favorite Kendrick album, it still has such amazing craftsmanship. The production is great. I love how in some of the songs like Element and Duckworth, it kind of samples the other songs. Like the start of Element is also the start of Pride. At the end of Duckworth, it kind of goes through every song for a little bit. And I think that's just really cool to see how all the songs connect to each other. Also, the story, you can listen to this album from Blood, which is the first song, to Duckworth, which is the last. Or you could listen to it from Duckworth to Blood, because he released like a director's cut. I don't really know the exact title, but he released something which is the same album but backwards, and I think it's cool how the story can work either way, and it shows different sides of the story. Now let me talk about the features. Rihanna, Zachary, and U2. Now I'll be honest, I have no idea who Zachary is, and I still don't know. Love is one of my favorite songs off this album, but I still don't really know who that is. Rihanna, she does great on Loyalty. I'm not the biggest fan of that song. It's probably in the bottom of my ranking for this album. And U2 is also good. XXX is a great song. All that. I think the features are good in themselves. They don't really take away from the songs, but in my opinion, they are kind of forgettable. When I think about Love, I don't think of Zachary. I think of Kendrick. Like, you can easily convince me that it's just Kendrick on that song. Same with Rihanna. Like, I don't listen to Loyalty a lot, so there is kind of a bias, so I don't really remember that Rihanna's on this album. But I listen to XXX a lot, and I just kind of forget about U2. Now, yes, I will say I don't really listen to Rihanna, Zachary, or U2, so they're not my favorite artists. I'm not really a big fan of any of them because I don't listen to them a lot. So it's just, for me, they're kind of forgettable. I think this album, I probably wouldn't change the ranking of this album if they weren't on this. But I do think Rihanna is the best feature on this album. I'll just get that out there. Now, speaking of the tracks, Pride and Love are some of my favorite Kendrick songs and some of my favorite songs of all time now. I was instantly obsessed with those songs. I know a lot of people say that Duckworth is their favorite song. Duckworth is great. I love that song, but I think Pride is just better. Now I know, normie pick. Oh, that's so basic. Yeah, shut up. I don't care. And I also will say this might be a hot take, but Humble, I don't think is that good. I'm just saying it's good. No, okay, it's good. It's a good song, but I think out of all of the songs on this album, that shouldn't have been the one to blow up. I think DNA is better, XXX is better, Pride, Love, Duckworth, Element. I think all of those songs deserved more streams than Humble. I think Humble is just a little basic. Maybe it's overplayed. Maybe I've heard it 1,000 times, and that's probably it. But I'm just like, Okay, it's humble. You know, it's not bad, but I do think there are other songs on this album that deserved to be the highest streamed rap songs other than Humble. Now, I did want to touch into my rankings of the Kendrick albums because this might surprise you, but this is not my favorite Kendrick album, and it's actually towards the bottom of it. Now, just because it's towards the bottom doesn't mean I think it's horrible. No, I think this album is great, but my ranking, as of now, this could change, so I'm not going to go too in depth. I'll do that in another video, but it's To Pimp a Butterfly, Good Kid, Mad City, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, Damn, Untitled Unmastered, Black Panther, Section 80, Overly Dedicated. I'm just gonna say it now. I've seen some people agree with me that that's the best. That's the correct ranking. I will say Untitled Unmastered and the Black Panther album are very close. They're probably tied, so they can go in between or whatever. They can swap places at any time. But yeah, that's my ranking of the Kendrick albums. So don't yell at me. Actually, do comment below. Do you agree with that? Or do you hate me because of that? I just think, damn, I don't know. When I first listened to it, I wasn't really hooked on it like I was with Good Kid, Mad City or To Pimp a Butterfly. But the more I listen to it, the more songs I add to my playlist and the more I like it. Now, I think all the songs are good, but I personally think there's not a lot of replayability in this album. I think you can listen to it as an album and it's good. But some of these songs, I couldn't listen to by themselves, such as songs like Humble and DNA. Maybe because they're overplayed, maybe because I heard them 1,000 times, but I just can't really listen to them on their own. I don't know why, but that's just me. I'd rather listen to Pride and Love because those are like in my top 5 of Kendrick songs. But enough of the review. Let's get on to the ranking. I'm going to give Damn by Kendrick Lamar an 8 out of 10. Now, you're probably like, what? An 8? You just said this is like one of his worst albums. And I did say that, but it's Kendrick. So all of his albums are amazing. And so this is just towards the bottom. I was thinking about giving this a 7, but I feel like that's just doing a disservice to it because I don't think it's that bad. I think a 7 would do good, but I just can't do it. I can't give this album a 7. I'm giving it an 8. 8's the final canonical choice of Damn by Kendrick Lamar. And I don't know. Fight me. I don't care. If you think this is a 9, explain. If you think this is a 10, explain. I personally don't think it's a 10. I did give this a 9 in my other Kendrick video. Go watch it. For some reason, it's still gaining views, and I still get comment notifications on it. So that's cool. But I gave that a 9 back then, but now I've changed my ranking. I don't think it's worse. I just think I might have been like pandering or might have had like recency bias on it. But I think an 8 is a solid placement for Damn. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below some albums that you want me to review. And tell me what you'd give Damn by Kendrick Lamar. But that's it. Remember to floss every night, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.